Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Good Things for Good People, the little tiny YouTube channel with great big dreams of changing the world for good. Today you join me out and about. I'm on a little bit of a side quest, a little extra adventure, if you will. I am on my way home back to Central Ohio from East Tennessee, where I've been visiting my father for the last several days. He is doing better in the hospital, so thank you very much for everybody who has given us your well wishes and your prayers. I appreciate that. He is on the mend, but it's going to be a long road to hoe. However, it has also been the biggest snowstorm that they've had in East Tennessee in quite some time, and it's affected all the way from East Tennessee all the way up to the Lexington, Kentucky area. So I figured while I'm out and about, I might as well stop by one of the most beautiful parts in this area of the world, Cumberland Falls. And it's about a balmy 12 out here right now. As you can see, I am surrounded. How about I just shut up for a second and let you see this? Back in a second. I am surrounded by the beauty of nature in the middle of winter in the south in a very rare snowfall. Most people would probably be a little complainy about this. Yes, it's a little bit annoying to drive in. Yes, most of your restaurants and places that you want to go are closed. But there's nobody here. Just me. I'm the only car in the parking lot. I have an absolutely incredible national park all to myself, and an absolutely gorgeous force of nature in the Cumberland Falls right there. I was kind of thinking that because I came here and it was quite a bit below zero, and it's been quite a bit below zero for the last several days, that we would possibly see some of the falls get frozen over, which does occasionally happen, though very, very rarely. But they're running wonderfully. Unfortunately, all of the other little areas that you can walk down to, you can see there's an observation deck right there. And then a lot of times you could actually walk out on those rocks up on the top of the falls. However, not real safe when it's snowy and icy outside, so those are unfortunately closed. So I can't get anything much better than this, but gorgeous area of the world. For those of you who go north-south up I-75, headed Cincinnati, Lexington, Knoxville area, this is only a half hour off of your, well, half an hour each way out of your way to be able to get here. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It's also the only known place in the entire Western Hemisphere that has a moonbow. If you could see the mist that's coming off the falls there, on a full moon night, when there's not a cloud in the sky, like today, you will get a moonbow off that mist. Which is a pretty special experience. I have gotten to see it once in my life, but you have to be pretty lucky. And it can happen anytime from, you know, dark till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. You've got to have a pretty intense amount of moonlight, but it's a pretty magical experience. There's not really much other to say than it's just magical. This is not what this channel is all about, by the way. If this is your first time being here, Good Things for Good People. This is a channel designed to bring together positive, like-minded, encouraging people to try to build a community to encourage the world to become a better place, for us all to become better people and to be able to help each other out. Encourage philanthropy and charity and giving and all those good feel-good things, right? All those things that we wish we saw more in each other. That's what this channel's all about. I am also very fortunate that I do get a lot of travel in. I do a lot of driving around, specifically on the western half of the United States, or the eastern half of the United States. So I get to share a little bit of my adventures with you guys and some of the views that I get to enjoy. But that's not what this thing is about. The whole purpose of this channel is to bring together like-minded individuals, to use the power of YouTube to be able to spread positivity, and to be able to make some revenue off of all of this stuff and use that revenue to improve the lives of other people. I do go over analytics with everybody on this channel as we are growing, as we are going to be getting to the chance of being able to make revenue off this channel so that you guys can see how much money we're making off this channel, and then we can decide what we do with that revenue. Most of your YouTubers would be making money to be able to, afford a nice house or car or boat or whatever, fancy vacations. What I want to use this channel for is not for me, it's for everybody else. It's for those that we can support and help. YouTube already has it all in place. All we got to do is watch ads, click on a video, spend time there, and that's it. That's all there is to it. There's no magic sauce to it. That will generate revenue for the channel, which we can use to be able to improve the lives of other people. So that's the spiel. That's what we're here for. That's what this is all about. I hope you're interested. If this is your very first video here, welcome aboard. If you're interested in joining the team, click on that subscribe button. We'd love to have you here. If you've made it this far into the video, click the like button. I very much appreciate that. We're still trying to kind of grow this community. Not still trying to like. We are still very much trying to grow this community. It's unfortunate that this kind of thing does not grow nearly as fast as negativity and people failing and injuries and all that kind of stuff. The negative definitely spreads a lot faster than the positive. And YouTube is still trying to figure out who the audience is for this kind of thing, who they should show this content to. So if you're interested, come back, go back and watch some other videos, spend some time here. If you know anybody else who might be interested, let them know. Send them a link, send them a text. Hey, check this page out, see what you can do. The more people we can get on this project, the more eyes we can get on this, the better, the faster it'll grow, and the better we can improve other people's lives. So that's my spiel. Now let's get back to the absolute beauty of Cumberland Falls. It's pretty good packing snow too. Make a good snowball out of that. One of the things I actually did want to talk about yesterday, and yesterday went totally off the rails. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, I went out of the house with the express mission to help other people, to be able to find some people that were going to be stuck on the side of the road, stuck in a parking lot, whatever. That was my plan. I ended up being the person getting stuck. I ended up being the person that needed saving. And some kind folks stopped and helped move my totally inappropriate car for this season out of the snow I'd gotten beached on. Anyway, go back and watch that video. It's a really good day. It was a really good one. But because that all happened, it really threw me off of what I wanted to talk about on this video. And it's really kind of personal to me and to my father, and I guess to my mother as well. And it's about what you do for a living and who you are as a person. There are a lot of us that what we do becomes who we are. Our career our thing we choose to be able to pay our bills becomes how most people know us. You know, you become the mechanic guy, you become the carpenter guy, the fix-it guy, the cook guy. That's what you get known for. You end up choosing careers that you stay into, and people tend to know you for those careers, which can be fine. That can be fine. You know, in the past, there's a reason there are names like Smith and Miller and Baker. There's a reason those names were so prevalent, was because they were, typically speaking, what most people were known for, what they did. You know, John the Baker, Tim the Smith. You know, that's how that whole thing worked out a lot of the times, unless you happen to be royalty and which you had a surname for some particular reason. But in the modern world, it's still a thing. We are still known for what we do. I've had a lot of people mention, "Hey, Austin, are you still working at Lucor?" And the answer is, yeah, I still work at Lucor. I still do all the social media for there. I still manage all that stuff. I'm not going to obviously have a video up for Wednesday for today. Sorry about that, Rich, because of what I've been going on with my real actual life here. But what can also happen when you change careers is a lot of times you'll lose those connections with people. Specifically in the mechanic-y world, this is a little bit unnerving. I don't know if you could tell. This is not exactly straight. Well, I'm going to lean on it anyway. Hopefully this isn't a truly terrible video. But you become known as that guy that helps out with X, Y, or Z, whatever it is. When you change careers, you end up not hearing from people anymore. You end up not being that go-to person for whatever it is. And people that may have been, I wouldn't necessarily call them friends, but friendly or acquaintances, no longer reach out to you. They no longer check on you. They no longer text you. They no longer call you, see how you're doing, because you're not a value-added piece of their tool set anymore. You're no longer Tim the carpenter. You're Tim the graphic designer. And they don't need a graphic designer, so they don't bother talking to you anymore. And it happens a lot also, not even necessarily when you change careers, which I have done a number of times. Believe it or not, I've not always been a car guy and a YouTuber. But it happens a lot when people retire, when people stop working. They stop being in the workplace. And they stop being known for that person that's a go-to for this or that or the other thing. And they can suffer even more than not getting that conversation anymore, people not reaching out to them. Man, that is just beautiful. Even more than that, they can lose a sense of who they are. A lot of us, I don't want to say most of us, I don't want to say all of us, but a lot of us, myself included, get a portion of our sense of self and our sense of accomplishment by the jobs that we do, by the work that it is that we do. Whether that's building a house, building a road, being a doctor, helping people come back to life, being an IT person and helping that printer talk to that computer in that building. Whatever it is that you do, you get a sense of accomplishment from that. And when that's taken away from you, either forcibly or not, whether or not you choose to retire or if you are retired, you can lose a lot of your sense of self. And I know that there's a lot of people who are retired who fall into that trap. My father is one of those people. Growing up, I never saw my father as somebody that I would see as retired. And when he was retired, he's lost a lot of the sense of who he was because he's no longer that person anymore. He doesn't have that connection anymore. And I see a lot of that in myself. I see a lot of that because most of the people, especially people that know me on the internet, know me from the stuff that you see me do on the internet. They don't know me in my real life. They don't know me with what I've done in my life besides all of the crazy bearded hot rod guy stuff that I do. Before all the automotive stuff I did in my life. All of the other things that I've done, that I've been involved in, they don't ever know any of that stuff. But when you lose that, you can lose a major sense of yourself, and it can be a major blow to your ego, to your sense of self, to your confidence, and it can really hurt. It can really, really hurt. It can get rid of a lot of the drive and the motivation that you have in life. And my mother, similar kind of situation. What she did for a living is basically her personality. It's her. Whether or not her personality shaped what she did, or what she did shaped her personality, they're pretty much one and the same. And she's been retired since the 90s, but she's still that same person. And Mom, I know you're going to watch this video, so hi. You know, she is that person that she was at work. She did social work, so it was probably a little bit different than working in a lot of different other industries. But when you lose that, it can be a major, major blow to you, and especially for older folks, especially for folks who have a shrinking social circle. As people get older, you know, people die, people move, whatever the case, your social circle's shrinking anyway. It can be an even bigger blow. Now, there's a lot of people who were retired who it's really just kind of a rebirth of life. They become a new person, or they become the person they've always wanted to be. They become, I'm going to go travel, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to go volunteer, I'm going to, you know, I know a bunch of people who are retired who are happier than they've ever been, who are doing things that they've always dreamed of doing, and they're not letting their age get in the way. And that's awesome. If I ever get to the point of being able to retire, that's the kind of me that I want to be. But even before that, I want to be that person now. I want to be that person right now. And that's part of why I wanted to start this channel. Because most people know me for my car stuff. Most people know me for the automotive side of me, for the stuff that you guys get to see. And I don't want to just be known for that. Yeah, I'm fine with people knowing me for that side of things, but I don't want that to be my defining thing. I don't want that to be my defining characteristic, that everybody's like, oh yeah, Austin, he's that crazy bearded car guy, right? That drives all the hot rod stuffs and does X, Y, Z, whatever it is you know me for. I'm fine with you knowing me that way, but I don't want that to be the only thing. I don't want that to be the defining piece of who Austin is. And that's a big portion of why I started this, because this is bigger than me. This will be bigger than me. This is something that I want to see grow and become a larger impact, besides me just being an entertaining individual on YouTube. This is an opportunity for me to do outsized impact myself, to improve the lives of other people, and to reach out beyond my reach, if that makes sense to you. That's a big portion of why I'm doing this. I hope that makes sense. I know I'm not probably the only person that understands that. Again, not saying I'm changing my career. That's not what I'm planning on doing. But I want to be known for something beyond what I do for a living. And I think this is probably my step to do that. So, I don't know. I'm not trying to make this depressing. I hope this isn't depressing. I'm just trying to be honest and have a conversation with you guys. If you haven't noticed, by the way, none of this is scripted. I don't have a teleprompter over there. There's nobody with cue cards over there. This is just a bearded guy at a waterfall with a phone talking to you guys as if we were standing here. And that's kind of what I want to keep doing with this thing. I don't really want to make it real scripted. I want to keep this real honest and real communicative, as if we're just having a conversation, because I think that's more real. I think that's more, you know, not lots of edits, nothing flowery and spicy. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But I just want to keep this, I want to keep it informal. I want to keep it friendly and family. That's what I want to do. And you know what the good thing is? I control this thing. So that's what it's going to be. Anyway, guys, I still have another 4 hours of driving left to do to get my, well, that was beautiful, to get myself back to Columbus and Then I got a long bunch of days to do, and then I got to get back down here to East Tennessee to spend some more time with my dad this coming weekend. So I really do appreciate you guys. I know I've said this over and over again. I really do appreciate you. You've been fantastic people, and I'm glad there's so many people that are coming along for this ride with me and that believe in this message, that believe in what I'm trying to do here. And I look forward to the day that we have 10,000 people on here and we're making thousands of dollars a month, and we're being able to discuss things like, what are we going to do with this money this month, and what charity can we help, and where can we go to, what can we do. I'm looking forward to all that stuff. We're not quite there yet, but we're going to get there. Just keep walking the path. You can't lose if you never quit. I'll leave you with that. Have a great rest of your day, folks. I love you. Bye-bye.